So you asked for it and we're giving you it. This is the exact step-by-step training that our platinum client Parda Saradi used, who is based in India, and how to go from 0 to 10k months. I'm going to show you exactly how it is he did that. So there's a framework for all of this. So I want you to understand that. So the very first thing that we done was we created an audience shift. So I want you to imagine this. Parda, he's actually tagged in the case study post from previous Friday, so you can go back and look at it. Parda is an Indian guy. He's a ripped, shredded Indian guy. The six-pack, the guns, and all of that stuff on him. He's working with general population. He's working with everybody, helping them get in shape, but more predominantly women. And, well, he's doing okay, but he's not really getting any traction from it. He's still doing a lot of his online work, his in-person work, and he's not able to shift to the online arena full time. And it's starting to frustrate him because he's not making enough revenue, he's not helping enough people. So we have the conversation and we go from being general to focusing on just Indian men who want to look like him. Massive, massive, massive shift. Now that wasn't enough though. We couldn't just change his audience, otherwise known as his avatar. Get my words out today. Otherwise known as his avatar. We had to go a little bit deeper with it. So we had to look at a few other things as well. So the next thing we needed to focus on was raising his prices. He was charging $200 to $300, and to be honest with you, it just wasn't enough because he was charging per session rather than charging per result. So we wanted to start focusing on Parda charging per result so that he could get paid more, he could get more committed clients. So we started off and he started charging, I think $600, but he went up and he's now got offers between $800 and $1,500, which the majority of them are above $1,000. So his audience is new. He's coming from somewhere different. He's targeting people in a different area. And now he's making between $800 and $1,500 per sale. The next thing that we focused on was his offer validation. Now, what is offer validation, I hear you say? This is a huge part. So many people skip this, and it amuses me, or bemuses me rather, why so many people skip this part, because it is so damn important. I think the reason why most people skip it is because it's not sexy, it's boring. Here's what happens. He was using a hit and hope method before. We went from using a hit and hope method to finding out exactly where his audience is hanging out. So how does he find out where they're hanging out? He uses keywords and key phrases that his audience are already searching for. He goes to YouTube, he goes to Google, he goes to Facebook, Instagram, Udemy, Amazon, ClickBank, JVZoo, all these different places where the keywords and key phrases are being used by his audience, essentially the old version of him, before his mess became his message. And also who. And this means who in the arena right now is targeting his audience. Somebody is helping these Indian men right now. In fact, more than one person is helping these Indian men right now. Who are they? He then finds out who they are and steps in front of their traffic. These people that have paid the time and the money to build this traffic, Parda steps in front of it and builds relationships. So that's the third part. The fourth part, once these three parts are right, was to then build him an appointment booking process. And how we done this was we went from a hope marketing approach, where he was kind of just throwing a little bit of spaghetti at the wall and hoping that it sticks, which never really worked for him. And we went using the care messaging method. And this is a strategic method that we use here at Boss Coaches, where we are having conversations with people on a daily basis that's focused on care and building relationships rather than a transactional process, which is probably what you've been taught by many mentors over the years. I know I was. So we use the care messaging method, which makes these people feel wanted, it makes them feel seen, it makes them feel heard, and it makes them want to learn more about the solution that Parda has. We then move to the booking more sales calls. And what this is known to so many people, the industry over, is sales and or closing. And this kind of sucks a little bit again because it's quite cold, it's quite transactional. We move to a care call method. So we have the care messaging method and we have the care call method. Again, we don't sell anybody because people hate to be sold, but they love to buy. And it's better to receive than it is to beg, right? Said Dan Lok. So we use the care call method for Parda to ensure that he signs his dream clients on repeat. He's hitting multiple 10k months. He's now quit his in-person one-to-one job, which is amazing. He's hired his first appointment setter. He's hired his first client success manager, and he's building towards his 15 to 20k months. Now, I've gave you guys the framework of what he's done, and you think, well, is that it? This is the thing about business. It's pretty boring. Change the audience, raise the prices, validate the offer, systemize the booking process, and systemize the sales call process, which leads to obviously more conversions, and then obviously then more revenue for the business. Once you've done all of that, it then needs to all work in sync. It needs to work in harmony. Now, I want to give you guys a little bit of a bonus as well. We're thinking of interviewing Parda live inside this group to go through the process, so he can actually go through it and you can ask him questions live. So if that would be of value to you, where you would love to sit with a coach who's doing more than 10k months solely online right now, then comment yes below this video. And if it's not inside Facebook, then just DM Robert McVie, the word yes. And then what I'll do is I will hook you up. I will get you on as a VIP into the list for that training, and we will make sure that you don't miss it. We'll tag you in it to make sure you don't miss it. And you can see exactly what it takes to be able to hit 10k months and beyond. Now, your goal may even be 5k months. That's okay. It may be higher than that. That's also okay. I guarantee you, if you're not at 10k months yet, you're doing one or all of these things wrong. And inside this free community, we would love to over-deliver and help you with that. So either drop a yes below in the training if it's inside the group, or DM me the word yes, and we will get you hooked up with an interview with Parda, and we will show you what that looks like and how you can plug in this exact same process for your business too. Until next time, I'll see you on campus, and stay healthy.